if you have IBS symptoms and you're finding that you're just wasting a lot of time and money on random supplements that just end up just cluttering up your cupboard, lots of doctor's appointments that get you nowhere, lots of different diets that get you nowhere and perhaps make things worse, this video may well help you. And I have what I call the bowl of confusion. And this is what I see typically happening with people, and how you can just get in such a tangle over everything after a while. And I'm going to tell you a more systematic approach. So what happens is you experience these awful symptoms. Someone might recommend what they say is an amazing supplement that worked for them, or you find something on the internet. So you give that a try. We'll throw that one in. And then you find it either doesn't really work or it can make things worse. So then you decide to try something different. Perhaps you'll try some different fibers. So we'll throw that in. And then there we are. So then that probably will make things worse if you've got something like IBS, and if it's caused by something like SIBO, which is the small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, a common cause of IBS. And then you might try and go gluten-free. So then you add in your gluten-free products. They're all looking good. Still having symptoms. Then you'll think, oh, I'll try some fermented foods because they're good for you, right? But maybe not so good when you've got IBS or SIBO. So we'll add that in. And you end up with just an awful mess where you just don't really know what to do or where to start. So this is my 3-step, very systematic approach that I always use with new clients. It's a good starting point. So number one, what I do first of all is do the SIBO diet. It's a very specific diet designed by Dr. Nirala Jacobi. And it's really good. It's a type of a low FODMAP, but it's much, much better. I find that my clients get very good results on that. And I've got a 7-day meal plan that uses that diet on my website. So check the link below. And so try that. I wouldn't do that for more than 2 to 4 weeks because it is very restrictive. But if you start to feel a little bit better on that, then that's probably a good indication that you have SIBO. And so that brings me to number 2, is to do the SIBO breath test. And I think it's really important to do the test because then either you know you've got it or you can rule it out. And it's really like the first test, among the first tests that you should try. I would also recommend seeing your doctor. This is to replace what the doctor does with you. So we have the SIBO test kits on the website. It's an at-home kit. You just collect breath samples and then send them off to the lab. Then number 3, I would recommend just 3 very basic supplements. And the important thing about these is that they're single ingredient supplements. So that way, you know, if you're reacting to something and it's not working for you, you can very easily work out what it is and eliminate it. So number 1 supplement would definitely be L-glutamine. And that's just a great, really good all-round gut healer. For any gut problems that you've got, gut healing is very, very important and worth doing because you really need to have a good integrity of the gut lining for your digestive system to ever recover from anything. So very useful supplement. Number 2 is something called PHGG. And that's just another fiber, but it's a very well tolerated fiber. Most people with SIBO or IBS or other gut conditions tend not to react to that one. And it's really good for gut healing. It provides a good source of fiber, especially good if you've got constipation. And it also really helps to build your microbiome, which is really the cornerstone of any gut issues and what you really need for optimal gut health. Number 3 would be ginger. And that, again, single ingredient, which I would try, and I would use it in capsule form because you need a pretty high dose, and you definitely have to take on an empty stomach, preferably at bedtime. But I've got more information about that on another video I made about prokinetics. And that's really, really helpful for boosting motility, which is a really common factor with any of these gut issues, particularly SIBO and IBS. So thank you very much. I hope this helps. And then I will do a part 2 where I'll give you the steps, what to do if your breath test comes out negative and you're not really sure where to turn. So thank you for listening. Thank you. Goodbye.